US President Joe Biden is calling for changes to the Supreme Court, including term limits for justices, an ethics code, plus constitutional changes to prevent complete presidential immunity. It comes following the highest court's opinion on Donald Trump in the election interference case, which means presidents get immunity for official acts. Caroline Malone gets us more from Washington.
US President Joe Biden has proposed a constitutional amendment to stop blanket immunity for presidents and several top court changes that would give justices on the top bench term limits and an enforceable ethics code.
My fellow Americans, based on all my experience, I'm certain we need these reforms. We need these reforms to restore trust in the courts, preserve the system of checks and balances that are vital to our democracy. There are also common sense reforms that a vast majority of the American people support, as well as leading constitutional law scholars, progressives and conservatives. I look forward to working with the Congress to implement these necessary reforms.
Biden spoke about the suggested reforms while in Austin, Texas on Monday, marking the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act, with an address at the Lyndon Baines Johnson Presidential Library at the University of Texas. His proposed changes come after the Supreme Court ruled in former President Donald Trump's case that he would be immune from prosecution for, quote, official acts. That will push the decision back to lower courts and delay the start of a Trump federal criminal trial even further. And after a number of bribery and political imagery scandals also involving top court justices. Well, Republicans have spoken out against the suggested changes. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said it was a proposal by Biden to, quote, delegitimize the court. And he said the changes would not be considered by his chamber, which he and his party control. Well, this dangerous gambit of the Biden-Harris administration, he said, is dead on arrival in the House. Well, the Republican National Committee has also said it's a scheme to pack the Supreme Court with far-left radical judges. But any proposed changes to the Supreme Court would have to be approved by members of Congress, and any constitutional changes would need to go through individual states. Caroline Malone in Washington for DD India.